Alright, welcome back everybody. We're with Jeff Geiser. We're going to actually continue where we left off with our pro game. I've only done one so far, so it shouldn't be that hard. This was applied Joseki we talked about. This comes from Honinbo 6, Game 4. Ao versus Hashimoto. And again, we have books. I'll show you really quick. It comes from this book, the English translation, Chuban-san, right? The Middle Game of Go. It's one of the first books translated in English back in the day. In English, there's not a whole lot of these. That is to say, good game record breakdowns. Apparently in English, they're not quite as popular as Asia. If you're in Japan, you can get a bucket full. My last trip in Japan, I got this. This is one of Sakata's many books. Highly recommended. Personally, I like his style because it's not my style, to be honest with you. And how to start it, I only heard about it from studying basically Japanese play, and there really is an argument that having any commentated pro games is great. If you're in the West, I have his book here somewhere too. Here's the Japanese version. Go Seigen has a book. I think it might even be this book. There's Go Seigen's book, everybody. There's a PDF of his book translated from the Chinese. It's a free PDF online if you look for it in English. It's not bad to have. Again, that if you wanted pro games, that's one. I'll probably be covering some of his games soon, probably from that free PDF as well. There's also another one. Let me think of who that was. There's a more recent free PDF as well, but we'll get there if we get there. So we're going to do this game again. And I have a physical board today, kind of working through it by hand. Seems to help me out. And this is one of those games I've enjoyed memorizing. I think I might have played that wrong. Did I play that wrong? Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 is large enclosure, 7 attack, 8 extend, 9 make shape, 10 diagonal, 11 dual purpose move, connect your side, 12 protect, 13 finish the Joseki early, 14 white closes it off, 15, 16 we get standard shape, 17 we're trying to keshi or something, or it's either reduction or invasion, right? 18 white tsumes, right? A counter pincer. Okay, today we're only going to focus on one part of this game. This is a big game. It's only 136 moves, I think, before somebody resigns. But Sakata, when he picked these games, he focused on teaching different elements of the game. And coming up, one reason we're going to cover this today, one of the things I struggled with as a new player, I understood extensions exist, but I didn't really understand the difference, and I didn't understand why would you play these extensions. So this part of the book, he spends maybe 15 pages on how to deal with this shape. Because in the game, you can see it highlighted on the screen down there. In the game, he takes the corner. And we'll cover that last and go into the middle game. But there's a lot of fun variations here. I've been studying this book for a while, and I'm part of this making this video as a challenge myself to try to explain these variations. So we're going to try a couple of them, everybody. Okay, so the first one, which is not the game move, this is alternate 1. Funny enough, and that's here, shoulder head. Sakata considers this to be the better move not played. And we'll compare it to bot numbers 2, which is interesting. So let's break it down. I have not memorized the whole sequence, but I'll get as far as I can get. Okay, here. Now this is the move for anybody who's not playing a lot, side attachment. Okay, now there's many alternatives. The one Sakata likes, this is the what he calls submissive, right, to go straight down. So instead, inside Hane. Black then. We'll push in one, and then white connects. Okay, here's the shape, basically. There are some branches. Okay, so here's the shape. There we go. They match. And if you look at the assessment on the top over there, if I'll read the number to you. I think you can see it in this mode, actually. It's 50%. So right now, we're still a nice, even trade. I'm going to be fully honest with all of you. One reason I'm studying this is not a shape I would make naturally. It's a hard shape for me. When we play these sequences out, I can see why it's good. And I hope to get some of this vibe. Okay, so here is his response. We'll give a couple branches of these. Here's one. You make shape right away. Right, now it's not a completed shape, as we'll see. White pushes. But why this works is you have some, as he calls, the move you really want to play is here. This move here. Right, the Tsukeatari. But you have forcing moves you can do first. You push in. Nice. White, of course, blocks. Black, Hane, right? You do the push through and cut. Okay, now white has two possibilities, and we'll do both branches. We'll at least do part of them today. You have the inner branch and the connection. Okay, the one he considers superior in his notes, I think, is this one. Better for, let's do it. So he goes here, right, Atari, black, Atari's again, white takes, black, jumps out. All right, the continuation here is pretty gnarly, so let's go through it. White pushes, black blocks. White pushes again. Black blocks. Now there's some alternatives. White can cut. Black connects. And the book has a slightly different variation here. This one I think is the bot one. But why do I want to show you this? When you get here, right now, the game went from even game to black ahead by 10, according to, we'll call it our AI bot, right, our analysis bot. So again, the position is superior for white in this case. And now I'm double checking my notes, so we're good. I'm just seeing how much of this I actually want to do. Hold on, everybody. No, we'll do, if there's a better variation, I'll do it later. I want to go with what I prepped. Okay, so this one already, right? In the game, we'll get to it later. Black basically regrets not having thickness over here. In the game, you get white will build a bunch of thickness. I can show you on the side screen. Here we go. Look at this, everybody. In the game, look at your second screen there. White builds thickness instead of black. So black gets a corner and nothing else. This variation, we're scooting all the way back. There we go. Right, black's position was weak. There's going to be some forcing moves here for sure, and it's superior. In terms of outside thickness, it's got Sabaki, the group's going to escape. I mean, even me, not a very good player, right? I understand, right? You can escape out this way. And the fight will probably, as he says in the book, the fight's now down here, but there's even emergency escape routes, pushing white down and getting to your thickness here or here, right? So it's a very open position. It's playable. I will note, I was looking at the alternatives, and we will too. Sometimes these open positions, the bots don't always like very much, for good or bad. All right, let's strip it back down to where we were. All right, we've got 3, and all the rest of y'all are gone. Our first cut is gone. We're back here. All right, there we go. Cleaning it up, everybody. This is a manual board. This is what you come here for. Nice. Okay, a couple more alternatives. When you connect on this side, this is the second version. And I'll give you the shape he makes. You go, you do Sakata. White goes out. Black. Oh, wrong color. Black goes here so the stone doesn't die. White continues the capture in the corner. Black is making some shape. White, of course, Hanes. Black connects. And for Sakata's version, he says white approaches the top, black makes shape. Now this one I find interesting. Oop, I broke that. The bot right now gives this a -5. And probably if I let it chomp on it a little longer, it might get a little higher, might get a little lower. Whereas I was saying earlier, the bot doesn't always love these kind of tight coming out positions. I use it enough, it seems so. But the key here is, right, he split white's position. He has a living shape. He's in the center. Does that make sense? Because like later on we'll see there's a fight up here that develops and runs towards the right side. Now he has somewhere to go. Does that make sense? So is it an unwinnable position? No, even watching professional commentary nowadays, if it's ±10, it's basically an even game for a bot assessment. And you'll notice that if you ever use this on your own games, that tends to also be the fact. This is the second shape. Again, right, it's a more solid shape. White's got both sides, but black's successfully reduced, right? And kind of the way I mentally framework look at it, when you do any kind of reduction or invasion, right, keishi or uchikomi, you want to be ahead. And if you're out in the middle, you'll notice, right, black's a little bit out here. Like if there's a running fight in some way, right, black can be ahead. Again, it's air quotes, right? But it's very hard to cut black off unless they tanuki, right? If they play away, maybe. But otherwise, I feel really good about this. Again, I feel like the bot underestimates it in terms of the position. Is there anything else I want to show here? I think I let a bot chew on it. But those are the main two variations. Let's see this one. Oh yeah, there are a couple variations here. I'll show you this. Just for science, because they are interesting. Yeah, this is the push and the cut. He's not there yet. He's not there yet. And these are basically what I'd call rushing in. He does break down the variations here, where instead of, let's go here really quick. Instead of making shape, right, sabaki, and waiting for the push, there is variations too, where you could push first. And as you can see on the screen, right, they're considered even. The bot doesn't hate them. So we can take a look at a couple of these. He recommends, he does both the same corners again, right? They just turn out differently. Like one, you take the shape anyway. The bot liked this one. It did not rate it badly. Just to give you an alternative, right? Like you just let white do the corner, or you close, excuse me, first one. You cut, white secures the corner, make shape, right? That's at least one eye. And then he plays away, you play away. And I find that, especially with bot alternates, right, they tend to be like distilled or synthesized normal Joseki. People tell me like, oh, the old Joseki are dead, these are new. I mean, that looks pretty similar, everybody. Even the who gets sente and where you end up, it's not hugely different, right? You're same general principle, just you're committing less stones to what I'd call style. But I think both positions hold, and they're interesting to see alternatives. All right, everybody. So how long was that? Well, that's pretty good. I like that. Let's do that there. I love thinking about these corners. And again, I'm not doing these to be at all superior to anybody, I'll be honest with you. When I see that, the empty corner, and I'll get us back there, it's slightly terrifying for me to know I should be invading it, and I'm not sure how. Now, I'm not going to say that for today, but I've studied Go relatively recently, and my brain can remember seeing a position like this, and I'll be honest, doing, as Sakata says, the worst possible move. That's the worst move, everybody. Right, the Iken Tobi, just one space jump. White's just going to chase you out. Like, what are you going to... You're not threatening. What are you going to hit here? And like, you're making white stronger. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's the first move you kind of learn as a newer player. And he makes fun of it. So, trying to learn these variants of how to invade the corner, even the one we'll do next time, the wrong answer. And again, he says it's just early, not necessarily wrong. That's one of the things you'll learn with these combinations. It's good to start getting a feel to how you can reduce the corner. And I see the move like when we just studied this one. It really does feel like what people nowadays call bot moves. And that's what I love about studying these old books. Basically, I'd say I play probably slower, like more territorial. Sakata forces me to think, like, how do you make shape while attacking the corner? You have to take it, haha. So keep that in mind. Be encouraged that these are the kind of things you can learn too. All right, until next time, it's your host Jen. It's the Slow Ascent. I'll see you all on the next one. And again, we'll work through this game. Not every part will be this slow. There are sections where he takes a lot of time. If you're curious, I was talking, 15 minutes. If we covered all the alternatives he gives for the corner, it would take us an hour and a half. So we're getting the very synthesized down parts. I hope you'll join me next time, where we get, not here, to the middle game. That'll be exciting. Sakata's got a certain way of fighting that makes him fun to study. And even if we just incorporate a little bit into our games, hopefully it helps. All right, until next time, take it easy, everybody.